Howdy y'all. Today I'm going to be talking about the elixir of youth. If you're one of the alchemy bros, this is going to be the elixir of the red lion. And if you're one of the ladies, yes, you can get rid of wrinkles just using your mind. Okay? So get out a pen, pad, and take some notes. I'm not sure how long this one's going to be because it's pretty open-ended and it's relatively new sort of conscious thought on this topic. All right, so let's get going. Firstly, the concept of time. I think this is probably the most destructive thing to all of us, every single person. We have built in this concept that as the years go by, right, as we have these birthdays, what are those things that people say? What do we hear? Oh my God, you're 1 year older. Oh, you can't do that anymore. You're too old for that. Oh, well, happy birthday, happy 30, happy 40. Oh, you're over the hill. You're halfway there. Halfway to what? Halfway to what? What are we halfway to? Death or 100? Right? We've built in this conception into our mind, Jesus Christ, that we have to age. And so we push it onto ourselves through our thoughts and through our beliefs. And today I want to talk about how that's really negative, right? Because we've all heard the stories before. There's some people that say when it's their birthday, they're like, I'm 1 year younger. Okay, those people live a hell of a lot longer and look a hell of a lot better than the people that are scared of getting older. Because fear is what causes age. Fear causes stress, that oxidative stress. All right? All these products, all these different supplements, all these things that you can put in your body to try and reverse aging, reverse the effects of time on your body, they don't actually really do shit. And the reason for it is your brain, your subconscious brain, is not accepting of it. Because what are you telling it when you put that makeup on? What are you telling your brain when you take that magical pill? Well, you're telling it that you are old, that you don't look as good. You're not as useful, you're not timeless, and you probably think you're ugly, and you're aging poorly, so I need to cover it up. I need to put something in my body to fix this problem. You know what that's called? That's called a state of lack. And lack is what's bringing on a lot of the issues that we face every day. You know, why are we focused on what we don't want to be when we can be focused on what we can be? Food for thought. All right, so firstly, I want to touch on the concept of time. Years equal age, and age equals birthdays. And usually when we have birthdays, we like to manifest wrinkles. Okay? And I'm saying we manifest wrinkles with birthdays, kind of what I touched on when I first started the video. With the whole idea of, hey, you're getting older. You're getting older. You're getting older. People always love to say that. They always love to tell you, oh yeah, you can't do things anymore. You're getting older. You have to get rid of these thoughts. You have to push them out of your mind. You have to reject them and tell yourself a different story. Because the thing is, the wrinkles are going to come whether you want them to or not. They're entirely based on what you feed your subconscious brain. I've told you guys before, the subconscious is kind of like that Leviathan that controls everything in your life, but you can't control it. You don't know what's fucking in there. You have to hope and pray that the good stuff's in there, but for most of us, due to societal programming and all these boxes and our education system and the fucking news and all these other things, our brains are fucked. All right, so let's start rewiring those. And I'm going to get into next how we can start to do that. So self-belief and affirmations. I've talked before about the declarative statement, the I am statement. This is God, all right? When you say I am, you are invoking the power of God because you're saying this is what I am. You put an emotion attached to it and you say it with declarity. I don't think that's a word, but it is now because it's declarative and you have clarity around it. I am youthful. I am timeless. I am aging beautifully. I'm attractive. I am magnetic. I'm immune to disease. Right? All these things you can start to program in. You can tell yourself these things, visualize these things, and let them impregnate that subconscious mind. But if you keep telling yourself that I am getting older, you're gonna get fucking older. This isn't rocket science. It's actually significantly easier, and you don't need to get a degree to understand this shit. Okay? I know I get a little heated in all my videos, but that's simply because I'm not from here and this world doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, it really doesn't. It's so ass backwards, and people live their lives chasing things outside of themselves instead of just trying to become them from within. Right? You can't chase something down and expect to be that. All right? You have to just be it. You have to believe in it. And you have to change the way you think about things. So, subconscious blocks to immortality. Right? I know that's probably a hot topic issue to say. Hot topic word, immortality. Oh. You think you can live forever. Yeah, I am. I know I'm eternal, so, like, it doesn't matter. This is just a garment, right? I'm not talking about my shirt. I'm talking about this flesh suit that I'm wearing. All of us have a flesh suit. And eventually we're probably going to have to leave these flesh suits. But our souls are eternal, and our souls decide what the flesh suit does while we're stuck in it. You have way more control over your body than you can ever even possibly fathom. All right? So what are some of these subconscious blocks? What are some of these things that is causing a state of lack within ourselves that's causing us to age quicker? All right? Now, this one is going to piss off the ladies. Makeup, Botox, plastic surgery, diet pills, and I put birthdays down here again. But mainly, let's talk about all these compounds and things that you could put in your system. All right. Makeup. When you put on makeup, essentially, what are you doing? I know on a surface level, the ladies are thinking to themselves, oh, well, I want to look pretty. All right, what is that telling your subconscious brain? Okay? You're putting something on your exterior to mask what it looks like. So essentially, whether you admit it or not, you're telling your subconscious brain that you're not beautiful. You need something else from the outside. That's going to age you. Same thing with Botox. You're saying, I have wrinkles, so I need to put some foreign compound in my body to get rid of them, instead of just mentally saying, I'm youthful. You get to choose. You can choose to tell yourself that I need this Botox because I am wrinkly, or you can tell yourself, I'm youthful, and therefore I don't need this stuff. And believe me, at the start, you're not just going to say one day you're going to wake up and do a couple of these exercises, you're going to magically start reverse aging, and it's going to be noticeable. But if you do this for about a month, you're going to notice some differences, okay? But I want you guys to open up your minds and start thinking about all the compounds and things that we put on our body or, in our body to try and get a different result, okay? Do you think that's actually useful? Think about it. From an energetic state of being, you're essentially telling yourself that you're in lack. I don't have this, so I need something else. All right? Lack comes from fear. And fear's the worst fucking emotion of them all. Because usually if you're in fear of something, you're going to attract it into your life. Okay? That's how it all works. If you visualize something, you focus on something, and you have an emotion attached to it, that thing is going to come into your life. You best believe it. That's why I can't stand it when I hear people say, they're like, oh my God, I'm scared I'm going to lose my job. I was like, I wouldn't say that if I were you. I would focus on how good you are at your job, how valuable you are to your boss, or if you have your own company, just how amazing you are, how successful you are. Why focus on the bad things when you can focus on the good things? It works the same fucking way with aging. It all works the same damn way. Okay? So let's start dealing with some of these subconscious blockers, and let's really open up our mind to what we're putting in our body and on our body and the emotional state of why we do it. Are we putting Botox in our body because we love our body or because we're in fear that other people are going to judge us? Makeup. Are you putting makeup on your body because you love yourself, or are you in fear of the judgment of other people because you think that they may think that you aren't beautiful? Wow, that sounds stressful. You know what else ages you? Stress. It's almost like all this stuff is created by design to make us look older and to make us feeble, weak, and sick. I wonder who's profiting off all of this. Interesting. All right, so now that we talked about some subconscious blocks here, and you guys are going to go do your research, look into sunscreen as well on this one. Very interesting. All right, let's talk about fear versus love-based consciousness. So fear, I put lack and adult above fear. Now the reason for this is fear mindset, I find, usually is with the older generation above all else. Young kids are not necessarily in fear. They might have some uncertainty and some doubt about their future because they're young, they don't know any better, and they haven't learned some of these lessons. But fear generally comes in the older generation. And with this younger generation, I'm going to do my best to try and make sure that fear dies entirely, because I fucking hate it and it's disgusting. But where does it come from? Where does that fear come from? Why am I saying that it's linked to adults? Well, it comes from all those subconscious beliefs. And those subconscious beliefs come from the programming that we've allowed into our lives over our entire lives. Think about it. How many birthdays has an old person had? A lot. And how many of those have people told them, oh my God, you're getting older. You're doing this, blah, blah, blah. You can't do that anymore. You're not a child anymore. Oh, you can't go and play sports anymore. You're going to get injured. Do you think this is helpful to reversing your aging? Yes or no? You know the answer. Use your intuition. You know the fucking answer. Okay? It is based out of fear. It is based out of lack. All of these things that are aging us are ultimately based out of lack and fear. We're scared of aging. We put so much importance on not aging that we end up aging ourselves. You're putting all this fake bullshit all over your body and into your body in hopes that it will get rid of the aging. But in actuality, what you're doing is you're impregnating your subconscious mind saying, hey, I actually don't have the power within myself to reverse this aging, so I have to mask it. I have to mirror it. But the thing that happens when you do all that is that the aging hits you like a fucking sack of bricks, okay? Because you're not actually dealing with the underlying emotion inside of your subconscious brain. We have to deal with that. We have to deal with the belief that we are aging and that we need all these other compounds and things to stop it or to halt it or to mask it, okay? That type of thinking where you need something from the exterior in order to solve your problems is what's keeping us stuck. So what is love-based consciousness? I call this the child consciousness. This is the abundance consciousness. Okay, so when you're a little kid, you don't think about aging. You think about having fun. You don't think about stress. You think about having a good time. You're not worried about tomorrow because you're too stuck in the present moment and you're enjoying yourself. All right, you're present. Whereas when you focus on the future or you focus on the past, that's fear, okay? You're fearful of what might happen down the road. You're fearful that what might happen in the past will happen again. And that's how you manifest things into your reality, right? By focusing on things and linking emotions to them. But within the present moment, do you think that that young kid, that childlike mind, the beauty of abundance, they're thinking about the fact that they're aging? No, they're not. They're not aging at all. They're existing. They're present. There's nothing in their mind saying that time is elapsing in such a way that they're going to get wrinkles. If you're entirely present 24/7, 365, you don't have time to age. You don't have time to age because you're not worried about the past or the future. I went the opposite directions, but it is what it is. All right? You're not worried about those things. You're focused on the present and being present. And within that comes abundance, because that's when you realize that everything is possible within the actual present moment. All right? There's all this planning that goes into everything we do. We need all this structure, all this order. But honestly, how much disorder, how much entropy has been caused by all this order? Like, we try and put all of our ducks in a row, and then what we fail to realize is that if any one of those ducks might be misaligned, it causes us stress, it causes us fear, it causes us lack. We're saying, oh God, not everything's perfect, I'm gonna freak out. Blah, blah, blah. We have to bring it back. We have to bring it back to being calm. We have to be present. And we have to focus on the things that we want to see in our lives, all right? So, going back up to the little affirmations part, if you're present every day, I do this every fucking morning. I stand in front of the mirror and I just repeat to myself that I am timeless. I am eternal. I am not aging. I don't age. I'm immune to disease, right? A disease comes into my body's like the fucking Green Berets. Well, actually, don't. That's light work, okay? We've upgraded since then. If you guys like Warhammer 40K, my entire body's immune system is all Space Marines. They're Ultramarines and Salamanders. And if you come in my body trying to make me sick, you're going to get a chain sword and chop you clean in half. All right? So be present in the moment. Change your thoughts to be that of something that you want to see in your reality, and try and raise your vibration out of this lack, this fear mindset, into one of love, into abundance, into all these possibilities are achievable. Why aren't they achievable? I don't have to age. Who fucking said I had to age? Fuck you, right? You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You get to pick. You get to choose. That's the beauty of life. All right? Now let's go down here to some ways that I don't even know if you guys can see that. Just a second. Oh. Jesus, that took way too long. All right, so I'm at the kind of crouch. I'm a midget for the rest of the video. All right, so ways that I have found to greatly reduce your oxidative stress, as well as you can mentally start to reverse your aging. Number one, and I think most important, fasting. I'm not saying that you guys need to do what I do, where I take a 3-day fast or a 2-day fast every single week. That's kind of insane. I don't expect people to do that. However, I will say at least once a week, try and do like a 16 to 24 hour fast. You guys aren't gonna fucking wither away and die, okay? But you have to understand the science here. Cell autophagy is when the damaged cells in your body start to eat themselves. They start to kill themselves. Essentially, they become samurai. And the Lord of Edo is yourself, your mind. And you're saying, hey, you've been a bad little samurai. I'm going to need you to commit seppuku. And so all these bad cells that have been aging take out their dagger, their knife, whatever, stick it in their guts. Guts pour all over the floor, and then you chop their head off. And now you get some new baby cells. All right? So that's the beauty of cell autophagy. Explained like a guy from the 1200s. Okay? But, I mean, there's way more to cellular autophagy, but that's the simple version, okay? You don't have any food in your system. You don't have any outside energy. So this is a great time. Not that you need the energy because you have fat stores. You go into a state of ketosis, which basically your body changes the way it breaks down fat, and then you can get your glucose, which then goes in your bloodstream. It's all good. Okay, and you have plenty of energy. But the main point of this cellular autophagy is that you aren't digesting food. one of the number one uses of energy in the human body, one of our main purposes is the digestive tract. Jesus, I'm losing my ability to say words. That's fun. So that requires a lot of energy. If you don't eat for a while, your body is going to get everything flushed out of the system. It's not going to have to send that energy off to do those processes. So now it can focus its energy on cellular repair. This is damaging or repairing the cells that have been damaged before. Now, you can do this for anti-aging. Personally, I do it for muscle and bodybuilding purposes. I find that I never really get sore anymore because I know I can fast, and I also have said the affirmations within my head to have that realization that, yes, if I'm sore and I don't eat, I can send my body, my mind, my consciousness after that sore cell and destroy it and build a new one that's bigger, better, and stronger. Now, I know that sounds nuts, but why don't we start living our lives in a way that is kind of nuts? I'm telling you guys that consciousness controls everything. And to some people, they're like, oh no, that's scary. And I was like, yeah, that's probably because your thoughts are piss poor shit. All right? That's most of those people. If you find my channel, that is not you. You have positive thoughts, and you know how to deal with your thoughts. And we're always looking to deal with our lower emotions and transmuting them to higher ones. So everything being consciousness is not something to be scared of. It's something to embrace. It's something to love, because now you can speak into existence exactly the life you want to experience. All right? Now, I kind of touched on reduced oxidative stress, but especially for women, oxytocin has a high link with hormones. And I guess this goes for men and women, right? We should try and have as much oxytocin as possible because it's like the love drug. It's going to make us feel better. And when we feel better, our thoughts are going to be better. And we're going to be much nicer to ourselves. Now, guys, if you're still here at this point in the video, you probably realized that the words that you speak to yourself do matter. Holy Jesus. I need to stop meditating so much and maybe get some Z's these days, boys. Oh, my Lord. All right, so the thoughts you say actually matter. The emotions that you experience on the inside actually matter, all right? So we want to try and get as much oxytocin as possible. Now, I'm not saying go out and just start busting nuts left and right, because that's not going to do you any good favors in the long run, right? You're going to get a resistance to this oxytocin. Now, a way that I find to get the most oxytocin is just having a really solid group of friends. Every week, maybe once a week or twice, just go hang out with them. Turn your phones off. Get away from the technology. Just be present in the moment. A lot of people struggle with this concept of just being present. You don't need to have your phone with you. You don't need to be checking all the different apps and all these different things in your email and the stock market. And you don't. Just put it away. Put it away. And just be present in the moment. Become that child again. All right? Because when you're that child, you become timeless. Time does not exist to you. Okay? Now, 3 other things. I like youth visualizations, meditations, affirmations. Now, affirmations I kind of touched on before. You're going to want to use the I am statement, the declarative statement, that is invoking the power of God, all right? And you're saying, I am youthful. I am beautiful. I am timeless. I am eternal. You're going to say things like that and try and link it to an emotion, okay? Now, if you're having difficulty linking an emotion, just close your eyes and look down and to the left. This will allow you to recall emotional memories much easier. All right? Try it out for yourself. So, within this youth visualization, what are you going to do? Well, as I said earlier, with the affirmation part, I like to stand in front of the mirror and, just say it to myself. So I'm saying it, I'm looking into my own eyes. Now, what happens after you look in the mirror? Well, you can close your eyes and you have a pretty good image of what you look like. However, Now, why don't we have a little bit of fun? Why don't we kind of smooth out the wrinkles in our mind? Why don't we become our own version of Photoshop? Why don't we apply our own filters in our mind to our own body? Why not? Why don't we try it? Why don't we just try it? All right? Now, meditation, this is probably more difficult. It's similar to visualization, but meditation, you're not really focusing on anything. You're just trying to connect back within. And the reason I put this one up here is it's not directly related to youthfulness, right? You're not going to go into a meditation and just magically come out the other side as a child. However, the beauty of meditation is you are so present in the moment. There's nothing outside of you. And so this practice of becoming present and actually realizing that we can be present all day, every day. We don't need a meditation to do it. You just have to stay in alignment. That's why I say meditation is important for anti-aging purposes, okay? It teaches us to not put so much emphasis on all the other bullshit and on the external, okay? It takes some time to yourself. Just sit in silence and just be present. I promise you it will do benefits for you in the long run, okay? And the last one, affirmations. I'm not really going to cover those. It's already a long enough video, and yeah, I'm sorry in advance for anyone that makes it to this point, but I'm going to probably put a couple affirmations that I really like in the description, so just look there, and I'm probably also going to put my favorite violet flame affirmation and visualization in there as well. I'll probably also do a video on just how to do the violet flame meditation at some other point. All right, guys? So be present, be focused on what you want, and stop being so fucking scared. All right? Just be present, be happy, be loving. Go out there, enjoy yourself, get some more connections, and you don't need to put all this stuff on your face and on your body and in your body and take all these supplements and all these drugs. It's all out of lack, okay? You have all you need right inside of you. It's right there. And I'm not poking my pec, okay? It's my heart. You got it all in your heart. All right, guys? Love you. Be good. Give your mother a hug.